5. They'll start by running the option to the right. A man who played collegiately here in Louisiana, Elijah Mitchell. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you could hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. This one caught out wide by Landry. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
They'll go option on second down, right side. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they showed passing formation, showed a shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for third. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, the risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Lance going to sneak it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop it. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
Here we go, Matt. 38.
They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. That would complete downfield to Thomas. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Long developing route there on the post corner, but it was worth the wait.
It certainly was. I love the way you described it because you do have to sell the post. Usually a couple of steps towards the middle of the field in order to get the defender to turn his hips, and then he breaks off towards the corner, and off he goes. Well executed.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. So the long drive gets him down inside the 5 yards away. He's up for just a field goal.
I think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. On play action, Lance steps away. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Off of play action, here's Lance. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
You got to know as a quarterback it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 32 on the play.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Dances by him. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. This from 36 yards out. And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season and making nets on field goal.
Actually, it is that the kicker you can depend upon. that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
But I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on there. Leads to third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Lance to throw it. That's another one complete to Mitchell. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Chenot. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. The Saints at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 10 yards, good for the Saints, first down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows, is having a tough time. That's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another first down run right there.
Back to throw now on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now stands at 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 37 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there. Now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. 3rd and gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, but he needs right now a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to try to hold a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit, and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, turn it into positives moving forward.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll run with Mitchell, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Elijah Mitchell, as the first half is winding down, and the 49ers are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and take it. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going, so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Able to complete this to Chenault. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. He'll look to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the 49ers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We knew both of these safeties were good run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? It will get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Throwing his lance on 3rd down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. An unlucky number here, a loss of 13 on the play. And it'll make this a second and long. Throwing now is Lance. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Cameron Jordan picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. And they will not have time to get another play in here. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Fourth quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago. And it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining. Trailing in the fourth this close in the game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Ambry Thomas up to make the play defensively.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
A gain of 3, second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now McManus for the extra point. And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here we go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Amber Thomas. And the 49ers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Now Lance on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the longer way out there, but it'll be third down. This a very important drive, and that incomplete leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Play action. Now it's Lance. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here we go, set. Cut. Ready, go.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Over the middle, open is Thomas. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
That'll be caught right side, Chenault with it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. A first down and then some. Give them 29 yards. They'll look to throw. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. And he's not going to get the first down. He had to get to the 30, but he's a yard or 2 short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. Does the big boy have the juice? So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
He finds his man, complete. It's McKinney. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
And that's why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freeing up the D lineman to make the play.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he is going to have a Niners first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to the ground here, Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down.
Tell me it's a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, look like the offensive line let him down a little bit.
Around the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Lance to throw for it on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Looking to throw. Pass complete, Thomas. And he'll be brought down just shy of 40.
That was a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Flushed out right. There's Chris Olave. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They run it again with Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And we're going to get whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the extra session. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And Bourbon Street, it'll be alive tonight. The Saints have won it.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Use the options on the left to edit league settings or change your role to a player or owner.